Scientists have discovered why tardigrades can survive conditions that would kill almost anything else. And this new knowledge could help researchers stabilize and preserve delicate pharmaceuticals. I should probably back up and explain what a tardigrade actually is before I get any further into this. Tardigrades are also called water bears or moss piglets. They look super weird. We used to be kind of obsessed with them here in the Curiosity office.
Yeah, when I started working here, it was like the thing. Anytime anyone discovered anything about tardigrades, there was a little bit of freaking out.
I think when you got hired here, there was a lot of new science about tardigrades. People were discovering new species of them. They were discovering new ways that they could survive. I mean, they are pretty amazing.
They look like the sandworm from Dune, but with a bunch of little fat legs.
Totally. It definitely looks like it's out of a movie for sure.
It's a very weird looking thing. So you can see pictures on curiosity.com.
It's like whoever made the tardigrade did not have a very good special effects budget.
But their main thing is they can basically make themselves invincible.
Yeah, a tardigrade basically has a superpower that lets it shed nearly all the water from its body and go into what's known as a ton state. Researchers have found that tardigrades can survive for up to a decade in that state, and potentially decades more. Typically, when normal cells dry out, it's complete chaos. The membranes rupture, proteins unfold, and DNA begins fragmenting. But that doesn't happen in tardigrades, and scientists have been trying to figure out why. In 2015, scientists found a clue to the mechanism behind tardigrades' ton state. When the tiny creatures shed their water, they produce glassy molecules, a sort of bioglass, that coat their cells and protect them from damage. A few months later, another team found tardigrade-specific genes that code for something called intrinsically disordered proteins, or IDPs. IDPs are proteins that are usually shapeless and flexible, but they rearrange themselves into bioglass in the presence of extreme drying. These IDP glass structures basically form a stiff, protective envelope so proteins and molecules don't fall apart during the desiccation process. The IDPs go back to their floppy, random state when the tardigrade is exposed to water again. If researchers can figure out a way to convert vaccines and other medical necessities into the tardigrade's glass state, then they can ship them around the world at room temperature until they're ready to use. Pretty cool possibilities from such a tiny little creature.